Hello and welcome to another episode of the Build a Nation in Croatia. Let's strap ourselves in and get through the rest of the season. We're 10 games in. We're currently top. Got 23 games to go. Let's see if we can seal the deal and get into the top division, because that is stage one of this save. And there is a schedule. We've got quite a few games to get through. I'll try and get through as fast as I can, or as expediently as I can. I'll pop back for any news updates or tidbits as we go along, whether it's the mid-season transfer window or whether there's any player sales or injuries, etc. But outside of that, we'll just rattle through as quickly as we can to try and get us into the top division, where we can really progress the save, try and start generating some young players coming through and seeing if we can increase the coefficient for this nation. So stick around. It should be a fairly good episode, action-packed, and we should know by the end whether we are into the first division. Well, peeps, we're back much quicker than expected because we've just had an absolute shocker of a game. We're playing Sibanek. Still keeping the unbeaten run going. I think this would have been the 17th win on the trot, the 12th of the season. We took an early lead, thought it was all going swimmingly. They got a goal back, then they took the lead, 93rd minute, and I thought it was all done. The winning start was gone, the unbeaten run was gone, and then two late goals in a 95th minute, an own goal from Osmankovic, and then a 96th minute winner from Barrete. Keeps the run alive, it keeps the run going, it makes it 12 for the season, 17 overall. And the run just keeps continuing. So I'll keep playing games. I'll keep seeing where we're going. And when we finally get that defeat, I'll be back to let you know who is the one who breaks the duck. So stick around. It'll be very, very, very shortly. Welcome back. We are not currently having a very good time. Geordie Wayman, he wanted a new contract. I did my best. I offered him what I could. He wasn't happy with that. He wanted more. It got to the point where he got a bit disgruntled. I'd kept trying to up it, but I could only go as far as the wage budget would allow. I tried getting a director of football involved. I still couldn't get in there. He handed in a transfer request, and we're now subject to 15 separate offers for him. I've rejected everything up until now, but I think it's only a matter of time before somebody starts hitting near his transfer value, and we're going to be forced into letting another one of our best players go. So key thing now is to get as many points as we can on the board before he disappears, and then use that money to reinvest wisely in some replacements who might help us if we get up the division. It's a fine balance between how many points it's going to take to go up, but I think Geordie Wehrman is probably going to be gone before January, which should be in time for the transfer window, but I'll keep you updated if and when he goes. Another close call to the winning record came in there. DTK, unlikely candidates to try and stop us. 1-0 up again for the game. Late on, they got a penalty. Fortunately, they've missed it. We managed to cling on to a 1-0 win despite some late scares from corners. But it's getting shakier and shakier, and the thoughts of trying to get an unbeaten season is starting to get a little bit shaky. So I'll keep going. I think that's 13 games in a row now. Veyman's still here, but we'll see if we can keep going. It's unlikely, but we will do our best. It's been coming. There we go. It's the end of the 100% record. We've got a draw at Rude's. Rude, no less. Absolutely dominant performance. 17 shots, 6 on target. We missed a penalty as well. We only took the lead through an own goal. We're really struggling with the lack of an out-and-out striker. We've got Pelko playing up front as a makeshift while Garbko's out injured. But he'll be back soon. Unfortunately, an 89th minute equaliser is going to put a draw blemish in the win rate, and it's frustrating, but it was always going to happen at some point. Again, I'll keep going. I think last I checked we were 18 points clear at the top of the league, which is a long way. Veyman's still at the club. I topped his price up to try and discourage people bidding. It's worked so far. I'll keep going, and I'll update you as we make any further progress. And there we have it. We have secured the league title with about 8 games to go. Fantastic achievement. I think it was always coming once we got to halfway through the season, and we were essentially almost won every game. Had a little bit of a wobble in the second half of the season. We have drawn a couple games. We've just scraped through this one despite a red card. When it was 1-1, we managed to go on and win. But I'll play through the rest of the games, get to the end of season review, and you can see where all the form and magic happened to get to the position we're in now. So absolutely delighted. The first step is complete. We've got up into the top division. Another squad rebuild in the summer. It's getting exhausting, and we'll see if we can push on and stay up. All we have to do is finish higher than one team, but we should be able to do that. So I'll get to the end of the season. See you soon. And here we go for the end of season review in what has been probably the most remarkable season I've ever had. Entire time I've been playing Football Manager, never have I ever gone an entire season unbeaten until now. And yeah, with a team that I never expected it to happen with. So let's have a look at what happened and how we got there then. So in terms of all the signings, these are the ones we brought in our first real transfer window. So Ibrahim Carbo came in as a free transfer striker. Again, A-. He got 16 goals in 22 games, which is a pretty good return, really, for a free transfer. Luka Pasinkovic, we got in on loan, played 29 games, B+. Again, fantastic player, loaned him from the top division, played the majority of games. He initially came in as a kind of a backup, but he forced his way into first team. Roko Persa, he got the star man, 35 appearances, 13 goals, B rating. He came in to replace Magdanovic, and yeah, he's not scored as many goals, but he's still put in some terrific performances. Willem Geck played more games than I thought he might, so he came in to cover some positions on the wings as a reserve, and he ended up playing 27 games, getting 10 goals. And you can see with the goals, that's 4 players there in double figures, which is again fantastic. A score for him. Dino Kapitanovic, again, I think he came in on a free transfer. A-, 21 games, 10 goals. Again, average in the 7s. Borna Buljan, A+, goalkeeper, came in his first team, came quite late in the transfer window, no fee, no wages, and you can't argue with it, what he's done for us. Josip Gacic, we brought him in again, free transfer centre-half, played 33 games, just again really well, 27 years old, bit of experience at the back, quite solid, and he's had a really good season. Marin Kalisic didn't play quite as much, 14 starts, 12 sub-appearances, again on loan from the top division, but we had some really good players in there in Wayman in the middle of the park, so again he maybe would have got some more development and game time had it been another season, but again still big contribution to what we've done. And then Marijan Orsalic came in as one of them players for that centralised partnership at the back of 4 really good players to rotate around, but he never really got as many games as the other players, just couldn't force his way in, but again a B-. In terms of the transfers out, this is where it's a bit heartbreaking. Torres Nola, previous season's top scorer, going on a free. D. Trujillo, again, just cashed in on him, £6,000. He was never going to make it for us, so we let him go. Nico Garic, again, wasn't going to make it, so we let him go. Bismarck Tabinas, again, young foreign player, just weren't going to keep him, wasn't going to get in. Nicholas we ummed and ahed about, Brazilian left back, but once we got the left back in on loan from the top division, he was never really going to play that many games for us. Marteu and Dacic, again, middle of the park, just nowhere near as good as some of the other players around him, so we let him go. Zlatunic, again, one of them youngsters that was never going to make it into the first team. Zinedine Mustadanacic, he's the one who we wanted to keep, but he went on a free transfer, but we did replace him in the end, and even though he's moved on to Zalezhnikar, he's gone on, he's going to have a good career wherever he goes, but it would have been nice to have him for a full season. Robin Gonzalez, a Colombian attacking midfielder, thought he was going to be the one to kind of take over from Mustadanacic, but we got a bid for £50,000. He didn't want to stay, and we used that to kind of steady the finances, and it's put us in a good place going forward. Carlo Buncic, centre half, we let go. Sacconi, again another one, went on a free transfer despite having a fairly good end to the season before. Luis Gutierrez, young goalkeeper, again wasn't going to make it. Marovic, and then Dario Rugasevic, he's just one of them players, he's 34 years old, probably wasn't going to feature too much in the team. In terms of results then, the league, we came top, absolute country mile clear when we broke the record points tally. I think it was previously 73 and we finished on 87. Got the top goal scorer for us with 16 goals, and as you can see we were unbeaten. First half of the season slightly better than the second half. We just suffered one draw in the first half with some big wins in there. Second half, as some players started to slip out the door, or we transferred them, or loans got cancelled and the squad got a little bit smaller, we struggled to really win as many games, but still managed to keep it unbeaten with only 4 draws in there. So in terms of the league, you can't ask for more than that. Job done into the top division. In the cup, got through the first 2 rounds, a squeak. I think they were fairly comfortable, just the scoreline didn't really reflect it. And then we got knocked out by Dynamo Zagreb 1-0. Which was an interesting game because we dominated the first half and had a goal disallowed. They kind of came into it in the second half and they just got the all-important goal and we couldn't get back into it. Blessing in disguise maybe, because the priority was to get into the top division. We've done that now. We can think about winning cups and stuff now that we're in the top division. In terms of moments to remember, 4-0 win against Dugapolj, Cardbo with 2, Berete and Gek, 3-2 win against Sibanek, and Gek, Osmankovic own goal, and Berete. That was the game I think I updated you on earlier on. It looked like we got a loss in the 93rd minute when they went 2-1 up, but we got 2 really late goals to get us another 3 points, which was one of them games that just comes around once in a blue moon. And then goal of the season, Persa got a goal against Orient, 3-1. Again, just one of them finished. You get quite a lot of them in Football Manager. I'm pretty sure we had an overhead kick this season, so I'm not sure why that's not in there. In terms of the finances, revenue's not particularly gone up. Reputation's not gone up yet, but I'm sure it will now we're in the top division. In terms of shirt sales, nothing unexpected in there. Maybe we should have had Cardbo should have a spot in there as being our top goal scorer, but maybe he will next season. How we lined up, that is pretty much the standard formation. The only 2 who didn't quite dip into the 7s, which they're unlucky because they're on 6.99 and a 6.98, is Radicevic and Tadic. But again, we've got a bit of a rebuild in the summer to rescue the club in terms of squad size. Manager awards, we've got 4 Manager of the Month awards: August, September, October and February. We'll probably well get Manager of the Season as well, but it's not been announced yet. In terms of club awards, Pasinkovic had a really good season, as has Persa. Nothing else of any real surprise in there, but yeah, overall a good season. Competition awards haven't been announced. And then in terms of the record breakers, most goals by player in a match at 2 is quite surprising. I think a few players did that throughout the season. So White's picked Berete, I'm not entirely sure. Most clean sheets is good. Most appearances by player, 180, and that'll keep going up because it's fairly new in terms of the records. So we won't look too much into that. Fastest goal, 1 minute and 29 seconds by Radacevic. And then history in the making. So yeah, promoted, manager timeline. Kivanovic enjoys to join us, so that's a transfer that's in the making. We'll see that in the next episode. Spoiler alert, it's the left back we had in on loan, but I'll update you on that in the next episode. And that's it really. From the bottom of the pyramid to the top, again there's only 2 divisions in it, so it's not really that bad. Unbeatable season's a good one to have, and new points record. So that's the end of season review. The job is done. I'll get through and start thinking about the next episode and a squad rebuild. I think when you look at the squad, we've got quite small again. 4 of them players are going to go back following a loan spell, and we've got a number of players coming to the end of their contracts, so as far down as there. So once we hit the 1st of July, we're left with potentially only 11 players, which isn't enough to make any kind of challenge to stay in the division. So I'll get to business in the summer. The next episode again should be quite interesting to see what we can bring in terms of free transfers and loans. And until next time, enjoy yourselves, enjoy football, and enjoy your saves. See you soon.